Hello you guys, what up? So today we're gonna be doing crime, mystery, and henna tattoo. So basically, I will be doing my friend's henna tattoo while talking about a crime that caught my interest. So you can see here na I have outlined the tattoo design that I chose, and I will be talking about a couple named Mark Winger and Donna Winger. So, Donna here was raised in a very tight-knit Jewish family and pinangarap niyang magkaroon ng sarili niyang pamilya one day. She was described as a very lovely woman and she was never known for doing anything mean to anybody. And in the 80s, she was set up with a blind date with a man named Mark Allen Winger by Mark's brother. And then, na-impress si Donna kay Mark because he was smart, successful, and may common interest sila to have their own family one day. And according sa mga nakakakilala kay Donna, she was the happiest when she was with Mark. And on March 4, 1998, they got married. And then, nakatanggap ng work offer si Mark sa Springfield, Illinois. So, nag-decide silang lumipat sa Illinois, and Donna thought that Illinois is a nice place to raise her kids. But unfortunately, hindi pala siya able magbuntis. So, in time, naisipan nilang mag-ampon na lang. And then, one day, Donna was in her doctor's office, tapos nagkwento ng doktor niya na meron siyang pasyente na buntis, pero bata pa at hindi kayang alagaan yung baby. And that woman wanted to find a loving parent to adopt their baby, which thrilled Donna, and of course, she said yes. Donna felt like she was meant to be this baby's mother. The baby was born on May 27, 1995. And at this time, Mark and Donna have already been married for 6 years. Lahat ng family and friends ng mag-asawa ay naging masaya for them. And then, they held a traditional Jewish naming ceremony and named the baby Bailey Elizabeth. And it seemed like they have the perfect marriage. But only after 3 months after Bailey was adopted, si Donna ay pinatay sa bahay nila. So, nung pumunta yung detectives sa crime scene, the police were like, okay, it's obvious may 2 tao sa sahig. Yung isa is yung intruder who has a gunshot wound. Then, may barrel, and then there's a hammer. And then si Donna na nakadapa and covered in blood. So, siguro this man broke into the house, attacked Donna, tapos tumabas si Mark para barilin yung intruder for self-defense. Ang pangalan ng isang detective who's assigned to this crime is Detective Charlie Cox, who is known to be crucial. When he first saw the crime scene, meron na agad siyang conclusion of what could have happened. And then he walked over to this man, the intruder, quote-unquote, na nakahiga sa sahig na may 2 tama ng baril sa ulo. Kinuha niya yung wallet ng lalaki para i-identify siya, and he found out that his name is Roger Lee Harrington. At Detective Cox actually knew him dahil meron siyang record ng domestic disputes. At syempre, nung nalaman niyang si Roger yung quote-unquote intruder, mas lalo na na-convince siya that it was indeed an akyat bahay. Alam ni Detective Cox na may temper issues si Roger but he didn't know that Roger was capable of doing something na ganon kagrabe. And of course, they still have to take Mark's statement. Ang sabi ni Mark, nag-workout daw siya when it happened. Nakarinig daw siya ng malakas na kalabog kaya umakyat siya at nakita niya daw si Bailey na nakaupo sa kama mag-isa. At alam niya na hinding-hindi iiwan ni Donna mag-isa si Bailey, the baby. So, nakakutob siya na may mali. Nagmadali siyang pumunta sa dining room kung saan nakita niya daw na inaatake nung intruder si Donna with a hammer. So, nag-decide siya na barilin yung intruder sa ulo. Police found a .45 caliber automatic handgun on the dining table, kasama ng isang kaha ng sigarilyo at travel mug. At yung mga bagay na yun ay hindi raw pagmamayari ng mga winger. But, the hammer did. Pagmamayari daw ng mga winger yung hammer. Sabi ni Mark, iniwan daw talaga niya yung hammer sa labas as a reminder para isabit niya yung hat rack niya. So, by chance lang na nasa labas yung hammer, yung weapon na ginamit para patayin yung asawa niya. Suspicious. Nakita nila yung sasakyan ni Roger, the intruder, sa labas. And of course, police investigated. They found this little note that said, Mark Winger. At nakalagay din doon yung address nila. So at this point, na iisip yung mga police kung magkakilala ba si Mark at saka si Roger. And then sabi ni Mark, Roger ba ang pangalan niya? Or, is his name Roger? Sorry. So, sabi ng police, yes, his name is Roger. So, sabi ni Mark, OMG! I mean, oh my God, that's the guy who's been harassing us all week. So, nalaman ng mga police na about a week before, nag-trip si Donna and Bailey sa Florida para bisitahin yung mom and stepdad niya. And then, Donna's mom hired a driver that would take them to the airport, and the driver's name was Roger. They had a 2-hour drive from the airport hanggang sa bahay nila. And Donna had a really weird experience with Roger. He made her very uncomfortable the entire drive, and also Donna felt really unsafe dahil sa bilis ng pagpapatakbo ni Roger. And then, nagkwento si Roger na may naririnig siyang boses and that he hears a spirit named Dom. At syempre, natakot si Donna. And of course, nung nakarating sila sa bahay, Donna told Mark what happened and Mark was really upset. And then, the couple started getting phone calls from a strange man na ayaw sabihin kung sino siya at laging hinahanap si Donna. Then they were convinced na si Roger nga yung tumatawag at ini-stalk ni Roger si Donna. And of course, they got scared. So, nireport nila si Roger dun sa driving company and Roger got suspended. And as soon as narinig to ni Detective Cox, it all made sense. Naisip ni Detective Cox na, baka nagalit si Roger when he got suspended. Roger was dead on arrival, tas si Donna naman, umabot pa sa hospital but eventually died. And after reviewing all of the evidence, police decided that Mark acted on self-defense, so hindi siya nakulong. So, 4 months after namatay si Donna, Mark decided to hire a nanny for Bailey. And her name is Rebecca. Si Rebecca ay bata, maganda, at magaling mag-handle ng bata. 5 months after Donna's murder, Mark calls Detective Cox and asks for his gun back. Detective Cox was like, that was a little strange. That was a little strange. At habang nag-uusap sila, Mark obviously wanted to know kung iniimbestigahan ba siya. Very, very suspicious. Pero inassure pa din nila siya na the case was closed already, but Detective Cox had a bad feeling about his encounter with Mark. Then, months after the death of his wife, Rebecca, the nanny, was pregnant. And of course, si Mark ang tatay. So, 14 months after losing Donna, Mark and Rebecca went to Maui to elope. Nag-decide si Mark na ibenta yung bahay nila ni Donna para makapag-umpisa sila ni Rebecca. Fresh start, you know. Pero habang lumalaki yung pamilya ni Mark at Rebecca, lumalayo naman yung loob ni Mark sa pamilya ni Donna. So at this point, Mark is again living his best life with his kids and the wife. Now, Roger's family believed that he was innocent from day one. And then, Mark's mistress came to the scene. Ni-reveal niya that it was all Mark. Mark set up Roger for the murder. So it turns out Mark texted Roger to come to their house and sent him his name and their address para makipag-ayos kay Mark and Donna. And then, ginawa na ni Mark yung crime. And that's all I have for you guys today. Have a good day. Make good decisions. Love everyone.